or good afternoon from wherever you are watching. Welcome back to my channel. I wasn't planning on filming a video today, but here I am, I'm filming one. I have about 3 hours until I have to go into work, so I decided I'd come into Epcot today because it's going to be my very last day of coming to Food and Wine as a guest. I know, it's so sad. So I thought that I would go around and show you guys some of my favorite foods from this festival, mostly just for my sake, because I want to go back and watch this and kind of remember some of my favorite dishes and things that we had at this festival and some of the things that I had the pleasure of serving guests. So y'all can just come along with me and see some of my favorite foods. Oh, and while I'm walking, I thought that I should announce to you guys that I did not lose my job at Disney. I know, crazy. They liked me so much in festivals that they decided to keep me around for Festival of the Holidays. So I will be here. I will be serving you guys during Festival of the Holidays. It is very exciting. I know a lot of people in my location, they got deployed to either attractions or custodial, but I did not. I'm staying. So I'm gonna stay for about a month and a half before I move on to other endeavors that I have not told you about yet. Very exciting news coming in the future, and I will be sure to let you know. But for now, let's go try some food. So our first stop is going to be Flavors from Fire to get the corned beef corn route. It is slept on. It is my favorite thing of this festival. I'm not lying to you. My mom really likes the whoopie pie, which is also delicious, but I'm more of a savory person, so we're getting the corned beef corn route. Okay, so I had to walk a little ways away, but this, it's so good. It's, think of it like a like barbecue nachos, but like without the barbecue sauce. Like it's just delicious corned beef and like homemade potato chips. Like I don't know what else you want. Also, there's a bunch of cheese on there. That's my favorite part. It's the cheese. I don't know. So, this, my favorite thing from the festival. It's what I tell everybody. It is slept on. Nobody talks about it. Corned beef corn route, so good. Also, as we're walking, Epcot has their Christmas decorations up. It's gorgeous. There's huge trees. There's garlands everywhere. Absolutely beautiful. But that brings us to our next stop, which is over here at Hawaii for, surprisingly, the Spam hash. Okay, so I'm eating on top of a trash can. Don't mind me. Spam hash, again, it like scared me to begin with. But think of it like a potato stir fry, like fried potato kind of thing. It's so good. I was not expecting to like it as much as I did, but I love it. It's like one of my favorite things. I make sure to stop here and get this every time I come to Food and Wine. I really do. Okay, as we're walking to our next destination, I just want to preface this by saying that there's not a single bad thing that I have had at this festival. Like, it is all good, and let me tell you, I've tried everything. I really have. And there's not a single bad thing that I have had. But I am just telling you, like, my personal favorites today, and kind of like when I go to the parks, what do I get? What are my favorite things of this festival? Just because, again, like, I will want to go back, watch this video, and know exactly what my favorite things were from my time here on my DCB. So we gotta walk around the World Showcase just a little bit to get to my next one, but we're coming up on it in just a second. I'm gonna show you what it is. All right, we're here at our next stop at Kenya, and we're gonna get the Kenyan coffee barbecue beef tenderloin. I know it sounds weird, but I don't taste the coffee at all. It's just like really sweet. It's just delicious. Okay, so the Kenyan coffee barbecue beef tenderloin, again, so good. My favorite parts of this dish are there's like these cheese grits underneath. Oh my God, so good. And then there's a slaw on top that just adds a really nice crunch to the whole thing. So I could not recommend this more. I found this late in the festival, and I'm sad that I did because now I get it every time. So this is one of my favorites. So as I've mentioned, there's not a single thing at the Food and Wine Festival that I have not enjoyed. I just personally do not have the stomach to eat everything today. So before we get our very last item, I do want to mention some honorable mentions from this festival that I don't have the stomach for right now, but I do feel like I need to put in this video because they were delicious and I would get them 100 times again. first item on our honorable mentions is the Schinken Nudeln from Germany. It is delicious. It's kind of like a mac and cheese casserole type thing, except it's made with potatoes. So absolutely delicious. I love it. It's so good when it's fresh. When it's not so fresh, it's not as great. But definitely a delicious dish that I've had during this festival. Also, while we're in Germany, I don't want us to forget about the Christmas decorations they put up. This is my favorite country that has these decorations. I mean, look at this. I just think it adds so much to this pavilion. I love the decorations. They are absolutely gorgeous. It's also starting to rain, so I'm trying to make it to our next honorable mention before I get literally soaked. All right, our next honorable mention is gonna be the griddled cheese and maybe the Spanico pizza over here at Greece. Absolutely delicious. I get these also all the time. I just don't have the stomach for it today, but they are so good. The griddled cheese is somewhat of a controversial item because some people absolutely love the griddled cheese and then some people hate it. I'm one of those that absolutely love it, but I know that my roommate Mary isn't quite as big of a fan, so take that as you will. So our very last honorable mention that I'm gonna add on here is gonna be the cheese bread. I don't actually know how to say it, sorry, but the cheese bread from Brazil, so good. The other day when I was heading to candlelight processional practice that was behind Germany, I needed a little snack before I went, and so I did. I stopped and I got the cheese bread. So that's, again, another new one that came late in the festival that every time I come to the festival I usually get it. I just don't have the stomach for it today. But we are coming up on what I have been saving room in my stomach for, our grand finale. It is obviously a dessert, so we had to end with a dessert, and it is my absolute favorite, hands down, favorite dessert that we've had in this entire festival. It is obviously the chocolate pudding cake from Ireland. Literally my favorite dessert. I get it all the time. So good. So this is my favorite thing. They literally make it at the booth and like, go inside. It's literally pudding, like that's why it's called a pudding cake. It's pudding that they put in these cups and they bake it and it turns into this like warm, gooey cake that's so good. Oh my god. It's amazing. Like if I'm ever craving something sweet, this is what I get. And sometimes at the end of the night, they'll have some left over, and so when I'm food running, I usually make sure to close Ireland first so I can be like, hey, let me take some of those cakes you haven't used back to the kitchen and maybe we can share them with all of the chefs and the food runners and the culinary and everything. And so sometimes we'll feast on leftover cakes at the end of the night, and really it's fine. Honestly, everything in Ireland is really good. Like if I had to pick one booth that was just like an all-around delicious booth, it would be this one. I've not had a single bad thing, whether it be food or drink from this booth. I love the Guinness Bailey shake from here. It's just a little too expensive for what it is, but it is delicious. So those were a few of my Food and Wine festival favorites that I have had while working at the Food and Wine. And so I just thought I would also kind of say like some, I don't know, maybe fun facts or some memories maybe about the Food and Wine. For instance, like my favorite, absolute favorite booth to work is Appleseed Orchard, because it is inside, it is cool, it smells like apples literally all day. I love it. And then maybe my least favorite booth to work is probably like Shimmering Sips, because it's just tiny inside and there's a whole lot happening and it just gets very chaotic. So that's probably my least favorite to work. Not that any of them are like bad, but like that's probably my least favorite. But my absolute favorite shifts have been food running. I've only been doing that for like maybe 2 months now. And those are my favorite shifts. I have mostly those. I love doing them. It has been such a joy, and I'm just so sad that I won't be able to do that for the next festival, but that's okay. There'll still be some really fun things for the next festival that we'll get to sell and we'll get to do, and I'm really excited about them. So this is me saying goodbye to the Food and Wine Festival. It has been a really good time. I have had an incredible time working the Food and Wine. I was really skeptical going into it because I didn't think that I would really enjoy working food and beverage, but it has definitely been a fantastic time, and I have loved every moment of it. And I'm excited for Festival of the Holidays. It's coming up. We only have about a week until it starts, and then we kind of transition into that, and we can say Merry Christmas finally to everyone here at Epcot. So I'm really excited about what is to come. But for now, it is time for me to get to work. So I have to go and change into my costume and head out to Kenya. I'm working Kenya today, where I got the coffee beef tenderloin, which again, delicious. So I have to go head to work, but I will see y'all in the next vlog. Remember to like this video if you like content like this, and subscribe to my channel if you guys would like to see more from my DCP journey. I will definitely be posting more now that my computer is up and running, and now that I kind of have a decent schedule and I know what I'm doing. So definitely be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks guys for watching. Bye!